fun chat. Thank you, thank you, thank you. How about that, Fed? Yep. They did exactly what we thought it would do. They had to. They had no other choice. They had no other choice. Hey, what's going on, Ian? Hey, thanks for the retweets. Thanks for the shares, guys. I see them coming across. Thank you. Inflation? Well, they're trying to... We got two different stories. Yellen wants to... Yellen and the president want to do two different things, so it should be interesting. President-elect. So it should be interesting once he gets in office and gets some of his policies rolling. It's going to be a battle between the two. One wants this thing, one wants the other. So something's got to give. But welcome, guys, to another Forex Live Trading Blog. If you guys are new, my name is Akil Stokes. I'm a professional currency trader. I'm also the head Forex trading coach over at tradeempowered.com. And this is a live broadcast that I like to do to just, get my blogging ideas out of there, or out there. We typically, people don't like to read anymore. I used to type them up and post them on the website, but people don't like to read, and we found this is a much better way to get those blog posts out, and it's more interactive since you guys can chat along. And speaking of chat, man, oh man, did we have, our live room session today, guys. This had to be one of the most entertaining live trading room sessions we've had to date. Typically in there, I run a live trading room from 8 o'clock to 11 o'clock New York time. And, typically I get on one or two rants a day. Today, we covered a handful of topics. I did not trade yesterday, no. We started off talking about the documentary called Floored, which is a must-watch for all of you guys. It's pretty cool. It talks about kind of the move from pit trading to electronical trading and kind of the sad stories that went along with that as traders had to really try to forget everything they ever knew and adapt to a new way of life. And for some, it went really, really well. For others, not so well. Lots of people lost a lot of money. Lots of people lost their jobs. A few people even lost their lives or took their lives before it because of that. So Florida is a good one. We went on somehow to talk about being an organ donor and selling organs on the black market. Don't ask me how we got there, but we talked about the black market and doing what you need to do to preserve your organs, and how if we needed to buy a kidney on the black market for $1,000 or $100K, then we'd have to have a hell of a trading week to do that. And then we ended off things. We had a good talk about nutrition and fitness and dieting and the falseness that is on your on the food you buy. We talked about movies such as Super Size Me, Food Inc., Fast Food Nations. Horrible, horrible movies to watch if you care about food, because you're going to hate it all. And then we ended up talking about really the velocity of money. We talked about the economy. We talked about how money is circulated, how it should be circulated as far as, stimulus packages that want people to spend, because when people spend, that means companies are making more money so they can produce more. When they can produce more, they can hire more people. When they hire more people have jobs that are getting paid. And when more people have jobs that are getting paid, they can spend more, and the circle continues. So it was an amazing day. And at the same time, we did some good trading. I'm still looking at, we took a cipher formation on the dollar yen this morning. 2 target winner, whoop, 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 right? And we talked about that potential formation turning into a potential Gartley. You can't really see it right now. But if we take a look, let me just bring it up on a different screen here. See if I can draw it on for you guys. It's hard doing this with one hand. But let's see how good I am. USDJPY, get it on here. There we go. You can see the cipher formation we took there in purple. Cipher formation we took there in purple, and then we're looking at a Gartley formation in blue. And what I'm doing is I'm slowly trailing some targets on here. We hit 2 targets already. We're looking to take another part of a position off at the B leg of the Gartley, and then a stop and reverse down here at our 117.37 level. So it's a pretty interesting trade. So in the midst of all that random conversation and talk, we actually got some trading done. And what's pretty cool about that is today out of all days, right? Today out of all days is the day where you kind of need to get your mind away from the markets. Yesterday is very similar. We had the announcement at 2 o'clock. The market went crazy, not because of the interest rate hike, right? People think that's the reason why. We knew this interest rate hike was coming for years. I mean, we've been pushing it back all year, and we knew it had to come now because the Fed had to do something. What moved the market was the dot plot chart, and basically the Fed saying that, well, instead of anticipating 2 rate hikes in 2017, we're going to anticipate 3 rate hikes in 2017. Now, that absolutely means nothing. The Fed makes these type of promises all the time to make you feel good and get excited, and then they just renege on it later. So it's, in reality, it doesn't really mean much, but it makes the public excited and people react to it. And it's hard, it's difficult to see that type of movement. I'm talking hundreds and hundreds of pips in the market, to see that type of movement and not want to get involved, right? Did any of you guys watch it yesterday and you're like, oh, just want to push the button. I want to get long. Anybody feel like that? I want to buy dollars. I don't want to miss out on this move. Yeah. I see the hearts coming in. Yeah, that's normal. And it's easy to kind of put those thoughts aside when it's happening. But those thoughts, they transfer over to the next day as well. And many people will come into the market the day after these big news events, right? And they'll try to get revenge or to try to make up for it. They'll either say, okay, well, the dollar has rallied this much. I'm going to hop on right now. Or the dollar has rallied this much. There's got to be some relief. There's got to be some relief. Let me sell it. And it's easy to make a trading mistake like that. So one of the things that I love about the live room, and I do these random rants on purpose, what I love about it is we focus on trading for a small period of time, but then we take the conversation and throw it so far to the other side that it gets your mind off of forcing a trade. Because I'll tell you what, if there's not much going on in the markets, and we had a few pairs that had some pretty good analysis on it. Obviously, we took some trades. But if there's not much going on, the mind tends to force things to happen. If you're sitting at a chart and you're saying, man, it moved this much yesterday, it moved this much during the London session, I got to do something, you're going to end up forcing a trade. And do you think that's a good idea or a bad idea? Good or bad, forcing a trade? Probably not a good idea. So it's good to have that place instead of being on the island by yourself and just you and your computer and whatever TV channel you have on that's telling you euro at all-time lows, so you should sell it, sell it, sell it. It's good to have that community of like-minded individuals, either to get you off topic for a little bit and I'll refocus you in a way, or just to make you feel guilty about making a mistake. We tend to share, a lot of the traders in our live room tend to share everything they do. You know, if Gabrielle gets long pound dollar, she says, hey guys, long pound dollar, right? If Ron gets short dollar yen, he says, hey guys, took a short on dollar yen. So it's very transparent, not just with myself, but with our live room members as well. So if someone types in, hey guys, just got long dollar Canada, and a live room member is looking at the chart and says, well, why'd you get long, right? There's a certain amount of accountability there. Either they're going to be like, and feel bad about themselves, and the live room members will let them know, hey, that's probably not a good idea, or they already know that will be the response, and again, it stops them from ever taking that action. So it's a pretty cool dynamic, and that it works both ways, not just for me as a moderator and an educator helping people out, but it helps me out as well. Because again, there are some times in the market where I feel like taking a trade that I probably shouldn't take. I can see it, I can smell it, I can know it's there. I may not have a rule for it though, and I'm like, no one would know. But knowing that my live room members are going to hold me accountable, knowing that they're going to ask questions, hey, why'd you take that? And if I don't have an explanation, I lose all credibility. I get looked at as a fraud. Hey, he's hypocritical. He's telling us to follow these rules, but he doesn't do the same thing. So it helps on both ends. So it's a very, very cool dynamic that we have. So very, very fun day. Topics all over the place. We talked about Bitcoin as well. That's another one. Bitcoin and gold and the ability for the dollar, for the U.S. to cheat and print money at will. And there's no gold standard, and pretty good stuff, man. And I did end up going to the weight room and getting the muscles a little bit warmed up for later. So appreciate all you guys that joined me in there. For you guys, hey, if you're able to, make it a priority for next year. We only have about a week left for this year, so it's probably not worth signing up now. But make it a priority for next year if you have the time. Hey, spend some hours in a live room. Get with a community of traders that's going to help you be the best trader that you can be. Trust me, it's a massive help. For you guys watching on YouTube, I may show some euro analysis. What was the hike? The dollar, U.S. dollar, quarter percent, whatever like that, 1/4%. Yeah, it was. Yeah, it's expected. I mean, they had to do something. I don't think they really want to. Not all of them, obviously, but they had to do something. They've been promising. They promised us 4 rate hikes this year. They gave us one in 2015 in December. They promised us 4 in 2016, and just kept kicking the can, kicking the can, kicking the can. So, in order to save face and give some credibility, they had to give us something. Would a Fed hike affect your mortgage? Not to the effect that you'll notice, no. Now, if you're already in a mortgage, unless you've got an adjustable rate, which you probably shouldn't have an adjustable rate mortgage anyway, it's not going to affect it to any place that you're going to notice. It's not. It's really going to make zero difference. Yeah, you're fixed and you're locked in. Then you're locked in. These little hikes they make very, very little difference. We're still so low that it's it makes zero difference. Now, if they make 4 next year, like promised, then that's different. But they're not going to make 4. They're just lying to you. They're not going to make 4. I'm telling you. It'll be interesting to see what happens when Trump gets back, when Trump gets in office, because it'll be interesting. Again, there's 2 different views on how the economy should be handled between the Fed, the FOMC, and between or portions of the FOMC and President-elect. So. Cool stuff. All right. I've got some Omaha steaks cooking that I need to attend to. Any quick questions before I head out for the day? I don't know whether I want to share this euro-dollar analysis or not. I'll probably save that for the syndicate. We're running about 15 minutes already. I'll probably save it for the syndicate. So syndicate members, I'll probably do a video after the Jason Stapleton program looking at euro-dollar, and maybe we'll see what else is coming up in the markets as well.